Hi, today we're going to talk about Sinners in the Hands of an Angry God by Jonathan Edwards. And this Sinners in the Hands of an Angry God was a sermon preached in America, and it is considered to be the greatest sermon of all time on American soil. And so we're going to talk about this. He did this in the 1730s, 1755. He's the grandfather of Aaron Burr, so you might want to research that if you don't know who that is. But if you go down to the second and third bullet, you'll see that he was extremely smart, and he spent over 13 hours a day studying, um, which is unbelievable if you can think of like just doing anything else and sleeping. That would be it. Study, sleep, eat. And that's it. He did enter Yale just under the age of 13, and then he ended up graduating from Yale, top of his class, at 17. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So he was involved in what is called the Great Awakening, which was to bring the new Americans back to the Puritan church. He believed that many had become far too lenient, and so he was bringing them back into the strict religious Puritan times. So he's what we're considering a fire and brimstone preacher. And even if you just did a quick Google search on fire and brimstone, this is what you get. So you can see it's very dark, very much a sermon on you're all going to go burn, and if you don't turn to God, you're going to burn. And these are kind of the images that people think of when they hear the words fire and brimstone. So this kind of sermon is going to be a little different than the ones that we hear in today's society, and very much talking to the sinner and the person that has not been through a Christian change of heart and gone through an official conversion. So he's going to be preaching to those people. So we're going to listen to this sermon and try to figure out exactly who he's talking to. He did use a lot of metaphors and images. The images give us the idea of what's going to happen if we don't turn, how quickly God will strike us down, and has a lot of repetition. Just at the very beginning, you can hear how he repeats things over and over, trying to convince you to turn away from your sinning ways. He also has a lot of sensory details where you can almost feel it, the burning the feet as you hang by a thread. So pay attention to the title itself. He's talking to sinners. He's not talking to people who have already converted. He's talking to sinners, and these sinners are in the hands of an actual angry God. And if you're anything like most people I know, when you get angry, your hands shake, and you wouldn't want to be in the hands of an angry God if God's hands were shaking. So let's listen and be prepared for sinners in the hands of an angry God.